So Chelsea Handler's apparently desperate for you to know that she is happy being childless. She's also desperate for you to know that she is relevant to society as a whole. And she is, I guess, because it's entertainingly sad to watch people like this try to justify their choices to the world around them when the world around them really doesn't care. The fact is, she cares. She really does care a lot. She knows deep in her soul, whether she chooses to admit it or not, that when there's no more mountains to climb, beaches to frolic, scubas to dive, joints to smoke, and red carpets to walk, that she's ultimately alone because of her choice to deny herself one of life's greatest privileges and true blessings, a woman's gift of bearing a child. And then she glamorized it and promoted it as a choice to be proud of. Not every woman has children for one reason or another, but one of the fundamental reasons we exist on this lonely sphere is to procreate, to produce eternal beings. You are literally alive with the purpose of producing a family. That's right. You are alive for that purpose. And those of you that disagree with me are most likely here because someone chose to have a family. And at bare minimum, you're here because your biological parents irresponsibly engaged in an activity designed by God to create families. It's literally blueprinted on our souls. So good for you, Chelsea. You made a video, several actually, to tell us all what's lacking in your life. Listen, God's law is indeed written on a woman's heart, and no amount of denial therapy or fame will ever change that. Now, I got a feeling that when she's 75 or 80 or whatever, that tune is going to change to one of regret, and that to me is very, very sad. Listen, I know women who have committed suicide over their inability to have children, and so for this to become a laughing thing, I don't think is something that we should pander to at a point like this. And say, because you literally, if you don't want to have children, that's fine. But when you're putting it out there and say, look at what a blessed life I have because I don't have children, you are literally denying the whole reason you exist. Now, you exist for a lot of different reasons, but the primary thing you exist for is to create others just like you.
Right.
And I've never, listen, 4 kids, 1 step kid, I've never missed out on anything. Now, I haven't been the best father. I know that. I haven't always been the most their father, right? But I guarantee you, my kids, if you ask any one of my children, they'll say, he took care of us. He took care of us. And I don't think I ever missed out on life, any of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's really sad because we've become such a hedonistic society that it's just like self, put yourself first, put yourself first, put yourself first. And I really am scared for the next generation being taught that by people like Chelsea Handler. I'm really glad that you brought up because I do want to make a point to say, I don't think we should shame women who decide, hey, kids aren't for me. I'm not equipped to have kids. Maybe don't spread your legs for every man that comes around and go get abortion and use it as birth control, I would say. But I just that's fine. But as you said, to brag about it and make it sound like you have something that I don't because I chose to mother the next generation. No. I have something you don't.
That's right.
And you will never have, and you will die alone, and you will regret it.
And that hedonistic, selfish, individualistic idea that that's how society is supposed to be run is what's killing America. The fact that we're not procreating and then raising children with our same values to procreate themselves and grow a family value. The destruction of the nuclear family, the family unit, the role of a father, the role of a mother, the role of the children. All of those are very specific roles. It's not about equality or inequality. It's about the importance of each one of those roles. We're trying to negate all of that stuff. And the fact that you look at China, everybody's worried about China. I'm not really worried about China right now. You know why? Because China doesn't have young men and women. They limited their ability to have children. And guess what? President Xi killed off anybody of any intellectual capacity so that he was the only one and he doesn't have any threats out there. So when something happens to him, guess what? China's going all the way down and you're not going to be able to have your damn iPhone because nobody's going to be there to make them. Who I'm worried about is the Muslim population out there with radical Islam being propagated in a bigger and bigger way. And guess what? They're having tons of kids and radicalizing them with the same value system to fight against the great Satan, which is you, Chelsea.